You've probably seen the insane Xidax builds online, but what if I told you there's an entire factory behind the magic? Well, Xidax and AMD was kind enough to invite us over for an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how your order goes from a click to your doorstep. I'm so freaking pumped. Let's get started. So as soon as I walked into the building, I was greeted by Josh, who was the influencer and partnerships manager at Xidax, and he gave us a tour around the factory. But to understand how your PC order gets handled, we have to go back to the beginning.
All right, so right here,
this is where it happens.
This is gonna be our sales and customers.
Oh, sorry, Arya, noob, no noobs allowed.
Alright, I'm
Get out of here.
When you head to Xidax.com, you can do one of a couple things. You can either order yourself through our custom configurator, ready to ship systems, or you can reach out to us in chat, email, or by phone, and it will go to one of these fantastic folks here. It'll come through here. They'll put your order together, walk you through the process, help you configure the right parts for whatever you need for your PC, whether it's content creation, gaming.
How many orders do you guys normally get per month?
We usually do about 1,000 per month through retail and Xidax.com.
Okay. I'm assuming that number is probably a little higher during the holidays, like Black Friday,
Absolutely.
Christmas.
Back to school, holidays, tax season, people.
Oh, tax season, that's a good one.
That's when people buy new PCs or upgrade their PCs, and we're here for it. Makes
sense. Awesome. So okay, cool. What is the next step that happens when they place the order?
Let's head to the parts cage.
So this is where the magic happens, ladies and gents.
Welcome to the cage.
I feel like I'm going into a top secret area. Wow, this is actually cool.
Very few people have access to this side of the building. So this is our parts cage. This is where we keep everything for your Xidax PC on hand right here.
So the moment you click on the buy button from the website, your order then gets transferred over to here inside the cage. Then one of the many experienced Xidax PC builders prints your order on a piece of paper and starts pulling all the necessary parts from the inventory. And then they place them in this plastic bin so it's easier to keep track of. I was shocked to see how many AMD systems were being built. I mean, I knew they were killing it in the CPU and GPU scene, but I had no idea Xidax were shipping this many full-on AMD PCs to their customers. I know a lot of people who are buying PCs, obviously, they are on a very tight budget. So what is the cheapest system that you guys have on the website?
So we've got quite a few budget-friendly configurations or budget-friendly parts for our custom configurator, and then we've got some really budget-friendly ready-to-ship systems. So like the Ryzen 5 7600X with a brand new 9060 XT would be a real approachable system for the entry-level to mid-level gamer.
Okay. I gotta ask, I know Xidax does a lot of custom builds and requests from customers. Have you guys gotten any funny or unusual requests for PC builds?
Oh yeah, we'll build just about anything that a customer wants. So we've had customers reach out wanting custom waifus engraved and put on the animations of their PC. We've taken like a metal locker and built a PC into that so you can open the door and see the internals of the PC. We've taken like an old 30-year-old yellowed plastic old tower and then built a top-of-the-line desktop inside of it.
That's really cool. So once the parcels comes in, you guys put them in these bins. What is the next step after this?
Right from here, it's gonna get pushed over to build into the next cage. So starting right here, this is our build team. When your order comes in, it gets pushed over right here. A builder will come over, grab an order sheet, look, give it a once over, give it a look, and then they'll start building.
What's the average time of start to finish on a complete PC?
It depends on the builder, it depends on the experience, but I'd say about an hour on average.
An hour on average, okay. And how many PC builders would you say Xidax has currently?
We've got about 10 builders right now.
10 builders?
Yeah.
Okay. Full time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full time.
This is a pretty cool job, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, maybe we'll get you a spot over here if the YouTube thing doesn't work out. I don't think I've ever seen a more dedicated team building PCs. Like everyone had a specific order to follow during the build process, and it was very different than how I normally build PCs here in the studio. For example, after installing the usual CPU, memory, and storage onto the board, they would then hook up the pump from the cooler to the motherboard next before installing the board into the case. I was told that this is not only the most efficient way, but it's also to prevent damaging the CPU in the process. I also noticed that everyone uses specific drills that have very low torque. That way they don't end up stripping the screws. So currently the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D processor is the best gaming chip on the market. Do you guys offer that processor in specific range of builds, or is it tied to a specific case? Like how do you guys?
So that CPU is available to anyone, whether through our custom configurator or our ready-to-ship systems. We actually have a build right down here that is being tested on that features that 98X3D with an AMD Radeon 9070 XT.
Can we check it out?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Let's go.
So there she is, I'm guessing. That's the one.
Yep, this is it. This is available on Xidax and Newegg. It is our Xidax X6, 98X3D, 9070 XT. This is our hero AMD A+A SKU.
Okay, this is one of your best sellers, I would say.
It is. So it's built into our Xidax Onami case. It is a budget-friendly, custom curved tempered glass case. Dual chamber design, fits a 360mm AIO.
That's a beautiful case. You know, I always say about curved cases, I like my cases the way I like my women, curvy. I'm sure we can all agree there was a very dark time in the PC world recently with the tariff situation. How did Xidax overcome that?
So Xidax and the parts manufacturers that we work with, we've been actively trying to source parts through other countries to try to mitigate and avoid these tariffs and make sure that we keep everything in stock that we can.
Okay. And obviously save some money for the customers
Absolutely.
as well. So obviously you guys have a massive warehouse of PC components. Do you guys offer the customer a wide selection of PC parts to choose from during the configurator?
We do. We offer the customer multiple options for every piece of hardware, but we mainly focus on manufacturers with the highest reliability and compatibility. So we want the parts that are going to work the best for the longest.
Okay. So quality over quantity, essentially. Yeah. So after the PC is finished being built, they move it over to the QC bench where they stress test the PC and make sure the system is stable, among other things. So what is the testing process? What's the first things you test? How do you test the system to make sure everything's fine before you ship it out?
Before we ship it out? So first, when it gets here, it's just been built. So the first thing we do is we look it over to make sure physically that it's good. The fans are the right direction. And we actually have a checklist sheet that goes through everybody's information. I don't want to bring that up because it's got somebody's stuff on it, but basically there's a checklist that goes through to say, are there scratches on it? Are the fans the right way? Is everything mounted? Are the screws in everywhere? I know it sounds really silly, but this is a manual process. So like, did somebody go and spend enough love that they were building themselves physically? So the next thing is our testing software, which is up here on the screen. And what it does is it conceptually checks everything in the box as well. So it looks at your order and makes sure that your order matches whatever is in the BIOS on the PC. So if somebody goes, oopsies, I put the wrong AMD processor in there, we know. We can literally look at the BIOS and check on it to make sure that everything you paid for matches what's in the system itself. Which is super nice, because sometimes, I'm sure you guys have heard horror stories where you go online, you buy something, you get it, and it's different than what you thought it was going to be because somebody messed up somewhere along the lines.
Right.
So it actually checks everything. So if you look at the actual software, it shows you literally your motherboard, it shows you it was a ready roll or not, it shows you all the information about your motherboard, your processor, everything that goes into this PC is done. And then it actually checks to see if it's passed a stress test. Once it gets past the stress test, it actually gets isolated into our system and says, this system is tied to these scores. And so it knows what scores that it has, as well as everything that goes through. It also tells you who built it, who tested it. So after we've done all the physical testing, doing superposition, AIDA64, we also run it through OCCT. We have a great partnership with them. They have incredible testing software. They're pretty much second to none. They are the best out there, in my opinion, and they go through extremely thorough testing.
I had no idea how extensive Xidax's QC was until that day. I mean, each PC goes through an average of 16 to 24 hours of stress testing, and if something fails, they extend the testing to 48 hours. And the crazy part is that they don't just test the internal components. They test everything outside as well, like the USB ports, the SATA, and even Wi-Fi. They do all of this on the latest stable BIOS as well. Believe it or not, but the most common issue they reported was RAM failure, followed by GPU, and then the motherboard.
But anyway, our testing software is incredible, and I'm hoping that people can see, like, when you're buying a ready build, you know, some of us come from the point that we were our own DIY builders. And as you get a little bit older and get a little bit busy, this is, I hope, the love that you see when you're building a PC coming from us.
Yeah.
And the amount of time that we spend making sure that your PC is awesome, that when you take it home, you feel like somebody cared about it like you would.
Right.
Maybe a little more.
The passion pours into the builds that they do here. So it's not just some random robot making the PCs here. You know, it's from one gamer to another, essentially.
Yep, exactly.
Now, before we show how the PCs are packed up, I was given very special access to a few secret rooms where they do some pretty cool custom projects. As some of you already know, Xidax isn't just a pre-built company. They do full-on custom projects. If you envision it, they can build it. And if you guys have been watching the channel at all, I absolutely love doing custom mods.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Carlos.
Carlos,
obviously
pleasure.
this room is really messy, but this is where the magic happens when we are creating like new stuff completely, conceptually. Everything happens here.
Holy hell, what is this? Is this a quad? This is a quad GPU.
It's six GPUs. So I'm gonna like parlay his information. But this is a 6 GPU system. We build a lot of super custom. Some of the stuff we can't tell you where it's going.
Right.
Or I have to kill you. This is a lot of stuff like we can't show where it's gonna go, but we can talk about what it is because it is really cool.
Yeah.
So we'll take multi-GPU setups and we'll build them into some really cool stuff and showcase it. Also, we have amazing custom Threadripper water-cooled servers. This is a 2U server right here, and it's all water-cooled. It's a really cool concept. It's one of our specialties, but we do data centers and servers on top of just the gaming stuff. Obviously we love gaming, but AMD makes some of the most incredible processors. Threadripper is far and above absolutely amazing. It is changing the game.
I just did a Threadripper build recently on the channel.
20K build.
20K build for a subscriber. It was.
Don't want to know.
I don't want to know the price of that. I'm sure it's way more.
But we have more cost-effective, friendly options.
Okay.
But then there are some people who come to us, and time is money.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
Somebody like you know, you guys create constantly. If I could say, hey, we could shave 50% off of your work times, it's worth something.
That's positive ROI for the customer in the long run.
And that's what we're looking for, is to make sure that if you're using a workstation, that it's helping you create.
After being quickly humbled in the first secret room, we were taken into the room next door where they showed off some pretty cool custom loop PCs.
All right, and here we have Johnny, our other water cooling expert. I think we have Johnny, Garrett, and Carlos. Carlos being the king.
This is my room right here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually epic. Wow, look at that. Look at that tube run.
Yep.
Get a close-up of this. That is insane.
That's all of this man.
That is beautiful.
Johnny does all sorts of
He's the
crazy
master. You gotta show me how to do these tube runs. I can only do 90-degree bends. You just wing it?
Just pray.
Just pray.
Pray.
Their X10 systems are full custom water-cooled builds with hand-bent tubing and full-on customization. I mean, you can choose what blocks to use, the design of the tubing, all the way to the color of the fittings. And to top it off, you can personalize the system as well with custom decals or UV printing like this customer did with their side panel. I have a question for long-term use for water-cooled builds because I know most of the people who buy these aren't really well-versed in custom water loops. They can't do the bends, they can't fill in the coolant. So I feel, what happens if the coolant starts to become, let's say, transparent or dirty? Is there any type of maintenance services you guys offer?
Yes, of course, because it shouldn't need that much maintenance. It really doesn't. It maybe adds some more coolant to it. We tend to stay away from pastels unless the customer is very willing and able to do a water change. We do have quick disconnects in the back, or I should say, fill ports and drain ports.
Oh, okay.
So we can drain it fairly easy.
Okay.
But we tend to stick to this kind of liquid because the amount of maintenance you need to do if properly sealed up is very minimal. Like
Gotcha.
maybe every 4 to 5 years. And usually after X number of years, somebody brings it in to trade in to upgrade, right?
Okay.
Or if they do want to do maintenance, we're totally happy to.
So I was on the website the other day and I noticed there were Mr. Beast logos, NASA, and even Steve Aoki.
Yep.
You guys do custom builds for them? Or?
Yes. So basically, they'll come to us or we'll, reach out to them being like, hey, we see that you're into gaming, creating. Are you interested in the Xidax? Steve Aoki, obviously brilliant musician, was just like, hey, my machine's getting a little bit old and I want to do something cool, and so we did. Well, we worked together with him to figure out like what his studio is. We even actually drove it down to him and delivered it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was
nice.
It was a fun experience for us too.
And the final secret room that they took us to was where they delitted their processors upon request, mostly by their business customers. I got to see firsthand the entire process of delitting a CPU from start to finish. And for those of you who aren't familiar, delitting a CPU involves removing its IHS that covers the process die to replace the factory applied thermal compound with a higher quality alternative such as liquid metal, as you can see here. And this process enhances the heat transfer from the CPU die to the cooling solution, which reduces operating temps, and it allows the CPU to achieve a higher overclock, thus increasing its performance. This is a very common request with our business customers who want to squeeze out every possible performance out of their CPU. And believe it or not, the entire process takes hours to do from start to finish. So after the sanding is done and the liquid metal is applied, they install the bottom half onto the socket first, followed by the IHS. And then they lower down the retention bracket to lock it in place. And there you have it, ladies and gents, a delitted processor. Okay, now we're talking. This is more my vibe. What do we got here?
That is a decommissioned Soviet RPG.
Oh, Danny, we found your RPG.
The Buster Sword.
Oh, this is Cloud's Buster Sword? Yo, how do I look?
You look like a warrior.
It's actually sharp too. I can probably chop you right up, are you? Let's see. This can't be real, right?
Hi.
That's cool. I didn't know Xidax has some
No, not
cool
yet.
stuff in there. It's not just PCs. Got a katana as well. Check this thing out. Whoa. Oh, Lucille! We got the Lucille.
We have Lucille, and we have an actual bazooka.
Oh, this is sick. This is sick. I gotta take one of these home. I gotta ask Xidax to let me take Lucille home. This can do some serious damage. This was actually discontinued, but this is an actual flamethrower. Does it work? Does it still have flames in it? So after the PC passes the visual inspection and stress testing, they bring it over to the packing area.
So we get your PC over to this station right here. The team does a once over just to make sure all the correct parts are in there, and then with the packing, we have this custom Instapack machine that is individual for every case. So everything is wiped down, cleaned up. The GPU is disconnected to mitigate some damages from shipping with the GPU moving around. And so they'll custom make an Instapack package right here, put it in the PC, pack in the glass, and then put it back in the manufacturer's case box.
Okay, is this the same packaging you use for also custom water-cooled builds?
For custom water-cooled builds, just because there's a lot more fragile parts, we use bubble wrap that we can individually finesse between each hard tube.
Okay, so after everything's packaged up, and I'm guessing they have their own specific boxes for each case.
So everything's packed into the case box. It comes with a bag of goodies from the motherboards, extra cables, screws, power cable, everything is here, along with a folder certifying that your build was done by a specific builder from the beginning to end, and a quick start guide on how to get all your software running. Everything you could need to get your PC up and running.
So after the PCs are packed and ready to go, they actually come all the way to this room until it's ready to get shipped out. so many boxes, so many PCs. After the PCs are nicely packed up, they basically sit in this room and get ready for shipment. All ready to roll PCs get shipped out within 24 to 48 hours, and custom PCs are shipped out between 5 to 7 business days. So Little Birdie told me they have a Killer Instinct arcade machine here. That brings back so many memories on the Super Nintendo when I was destroying my brother on Killer Instinct. I gotta check this out. There it is, Killer Instinct 2. This is one of my favorite games from Super Nintendo. Oh my goodness, all right. Well, Arya, I'm gonna beat your ass on this. Oh damn, look at that. You're somehow even worse. Oh, that combo, baby. Let's go. Oh, you bastard. There's no way. There's no way, dude. There's no way.
Come on.
You getting cocky, huh? You coward, bro. Get over here.
No.
Yeah, you can't touch that. What is that, 2-0? 2-1?
2-1. Okay, it was a bit closer.
Okay, what on earth is this? I'm guessing this is what happens to all the losers of Killer Instinct 2. So offering lifetime warranty is pretty bold in the PC space. You guys must have a lot of confidence in what you do.
We do. I mean, the concept of the lifetime warranty is that you've had it 7, 8 years, your graphics card dies, something goes wrong with your motherboard, blah, blah, blah. That we're gonna offer you the ability to be able to trade that back in, we're gonna be able to upgrade your part. And the warranty is flexible in the fact that, like, let's say it's 8 years old and you're just ready for a new one. You know, we offer an upgrade path, we'll recycle that PC for you, you know, make sure that all your data is off of it, everything else like that. We are very, very careful about that kind of stuff. Oftentimes we offer to send you back your drive just in case.
Okay.
But the hope is that, you know, after 8 years, let's say you don't have any money and you're just in a spot where you're like, man, I can't. Then we can find, like, you know, let's say it had a 1060 in it, we can find you a 2060, right? Or let's just say, hey, I have a 3050 lying around or something like that. You know, similar performance. It always needs to be similar or better. You know, worst case scenario, you know, that's all you have.
Okay, so just for the record, for all the PCs that come standard, what warranty do you guys offer?
We offer 2-year out of the box from Xidax, and we offer 1 year through any of our e-tailers.
Okay, is that parts and labor?
It's parts and labor.
Parts and labor.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I think for like $100, you can go from 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
And then I think for $200, you can go from 3 to 4 or 5 years. It's a pretty small amount of money.
Right.
I mean, all money is money. But
Right,
we want to make
right.
sure that if you want a warranty and you know that we've made a good product, we're standing by it. So.
Okay. Unfortunately, boys and girls, this marks the end of the tour. I had an absolute blast here. I do want to give a huge thanks to AMD and Xidax for sponsoring this video and having me come out and check out behind the scenes. If you guys want to check out any of their PCs, you can visit them directly at Xidax.com or any of these retailers down below. But more importantly, if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more types of these, let me know by dropping a like and leave a feedback in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.